Well, hello everyone. Yet again, Blood here, Blodbas. I did a video update slash vloggy thing not too long ago, so I don't really know what to say here. I just started recording and the first video has been uploaded of the next round of the Ultimate Doom, which I mean essentially is the original Doom, and I will hit my microphone. There's been a wee bit of whiskey consumed tonight, so don't mind me too much. So we started recording Shores of Hell tonight, and Deimos Anomaly, by the time you see this, will have been uploaded. But, you know, I figured I have a little bit of spare time, so I might as well record this and send it out. Shores of Hell was something that I didn't really play that much when I was growing up. In fact, I don't think I really played it until a couple of years ago, maybe 2011 or 2010 or so, because it was, and this is going to sound bad, but it wasn't shareware. When my friends and I, there were three of us amigos, as it were, that used to play Doom all the time and build maps for Doom and all that kind of stuff that I've talked about before. But we used shareware Doom, and I was going to have a floppy disk just to maybe have in my hand and show people what a 3x5 floppy disk used to look like, because I don't think a lot of people know it anymore unless they're my age or older. We used to send our levels and all that we used to trade floppy disks in middle school and high school. And when I was gaming a lot in Doom, sorry for the beverage, but my throat is killing me. I quit smoking today, so bear with me. This might be a little painful. We built levels and played levels and all of that based around the first episode of Doom, which was Knee Deep in the Dead. Shores of Hell, I guarantee I picked it up when I picked up Steam. And I don't even know when I picked up Steam. I could probably look it up on my other monitor, but regardless, I haven't played Shores of Hell that much because my friends just weren't into it, and it wasn't free. I mean, somehow one of us got I don't know if it was a downloaded or a bootleg or if it was bought at a store. I don't know. But we had Knee Deep in the Dead, and the three of us, one individual from, there was, for lack of, I will try and keep a little bit of anonymity, but there was Kyle, there was Jake, and there was me, there was Blod. And Kyle had the best computer out of all of us. I think at that time, I was probably still on some variation of like Apple II or something like that. And Jake just didn't have a good computer. Jake had a console, which maybe that will come in eventually. But this Kyle individual had a bawling PC for what it was, and it wasn't much compared to the standards which we gauge things today. I mean, it was damn near 20 years ago. I'm really 18, 17, 16 years ago, 15 years ago, damn near 20 years ago. It's been a while, and we all know how technology changes. I mean, the very thought that, and that might have made a beep, but it's okay, it was already ejected. I mean, the very thought that something like this could be 16 fucking gigabytes, we never, ever, ever, ever would have considered that kind of memory on something this small. There's really cool graphics out there that kind of show the progression of computer memory and how things have changed, because when I first started playing games, you had to load them off of, what were they, 7 or 5-inch floppy disks, yay big, for rough estimation. And then we went to floppy disks that were 3.5, and they were yay big. And then we went to CDs, and then we went to all manner of other shit. But when we were playing Doom, the Doom shareware that I got, I remember it very vividly. I might even still have that disc somewhere. It was on a 3x5 floppy. And it was just the bee's knees. And we didn't care about the extra missions. We were only concerned with Knee Deep in the Dead, and we played it over and over and over and over again. And I remember very vividly, the three of us, Jake, Kyle, and myself would get together at Kyle's house, which was a basement apartment in the town I grew up in, with wooden pillars that held the top floor up. His computer was kind of in the corner, and we used to huddle around his computer until 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. I mean, all we did when we had our sleepovers as younger boys was play Doom and play, random LucasArts games. Like, they had a motorcycle game. I can't even remember what it was, but we played that a couple times. But the main thing was Doom. And we played it by turns. When someone would die, we'd restart. When we got to the end, if we managed to finish the game without dying, we would start it all over again, and we didn't care. It was a totally, and I can think back in my mind, and when I close my eyes and think about that, the three of us were playing a single player game. I can remember, I can see it through my mind's eye, sitting in the chair playing the game. Right. I remember, up, down, left, right. Those were the keys. Control and Alt. Those were the keys. There was no space. There was no aim. There was nothing like that. And I remember dying and freaking the fuck out. And then the next person would step in. And it's almost like a movie that I can play through my mind when I think about it. And that's, part of the reason why I wanted to do these videos. I mean, obviously, I'm much more invested in the Knee Deep in the Dead episode, as it were. But I think a lot of people my age maybe realize or think back to those days and remember instances like that. I mean, raise your hand if you can remember playing the original Mortal Kombat on console. I don't even remember what console it was. I don't know if I can't remember if it was a PS1 or if it was some Nintendo. Maybe it was Super Nintendo. I don't really remember, but I can yet again recall, Jake, so my memories of PC gaming go to Kyle's house, and all of us gathered around his PC. My memories of console gaming go to Jake's house. Jake had all the consoles that, at that time were whatever Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3 was on. We played that at his house. Maybe not 3, maybe it was just 1 and 2, but I remember playing over and over and over and over again Mortal Kombat. And I remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I remember his computer room was in the basement of his grandparents' house where he was living. And we all had our sleeping bags, and we would fall asleep in our sleeping bags with the controllers in. This is obviously not the right controller, nor is it the right battery pack for this control, but we would fall asleep in our sleeping bags with the controller in our hands playing. That kind of enthusiasm for gaming is what brought me to build this particular channel, and it's what drives really my gaming from here on, or from that point on. As I've said in countless other videos, I don't consider myself to be a pro, but I have a hell of a lot of fun playing games. Whether I'm good, bad, or indifferent, I don't really care. It's especially with the videos that I'm putting up, where they're older games at this juncture in time. They're nostalgic based. I'm old enough now. I'm damn near 30. I feel like I'm old enough to be able to offer a perspective that maybe most people or some younger people may not have. Some people may look at Doom and just... And, I do the same thing compared to other games, but some people might look back at it and, pick it up on Steam for $5 or free or whatever the deal winds up being that day and kind of look at it and go, man, this just really sucks. But the historical perspective of what that game was to so many people is just phenomenal. The Doom movie absolutely sucked. Well, I can't even say that it sucked because I own it and I paid for it and I watch it over and over and over again because that game was such a big part of my life. Excuse me. But in the extra bonus features, they have kind of the historical perspective on Doom, and this is what was happening back then, and this is what it was like experiencing that game in college or in high school or on and on and on. And oh my god, it was such a big thing, and it really was. And I think it deserves a very high rank on the pedestal. We can look at, say, Crisis, or Crisis 3. I mean, at this point, we're up to Crisis 3. And we can say, holy Jesus, these graphics just push the absolute extreme in what a machine is capable of doing. I mean, Crisis 1 was certainly that way with the PC technology available when it came out, and my PC was built to be able to handle it, and I thought I was such a stud because I could play it. You look at other games, I might get in, I'm crossing platforms, but Mass Effect 3 on Xbox 360 was, the graphics are so good, and avatars look real, and BioShock Infinite, the world is so beautiful and things look so good, whether it's on PC or Xbox. I have it on PC and haven't really been able to play it. My machine can't handle it that well. Doom 3, Doom 3 Resurrection of Evil. God, the graphics are so great. But the shooter, the first-person shooter, evolved out of the early stuff. It evolved out of Wolfenstein 3D. And I have, it's my own opinion, but Wolfenstein 3D is kind of looked at, in my opinion, with rose-colored glasses for a lot of people, and it's just not really that great. But when you first plugged the Wolf 3D shareware version into your computer, back when it came out, back when it was new, back when that was cutting edge, it was the same perspective you had when Crysis came out and your computer could barely run it, or you had to build your computer up to run it. The graphics were just phenomenal, and holy Jesus, it was the greatest thing in the world. And that was a long time ago. Doom was the same way. When Doom came out as a follow-up to Wolf 3D, we were flabbergasted when we started playing it, because we didn't expect computer graphics to be able to handle that kind of sophistication. And with 93, so yeah, this, when, as I'm recording this, it's 20 years later, we can look back at it with a perspective and say, yeah, it's not that great of a thing, but it was a milestone for what it was. The same way eventually we're probably going to say that Crysis was a milestone, or, BioShock was a milestone. It all depends on the technology available. And 20 years ago, Doom was the shit. And I'm not saying... What I'm trying to get across with these videos is that there is still value in these games, and there's still a lot of people that enjoy the Doom franchise, even, before the Doom 3 and Doom 3 Resurrection of Evil and the supposed Doom 4. There's those of us that grew up with this game. We still like it, and we still like watching people play through it. So it's not cutting edge. It's not, the latest playthrough of BioShock Infinite or Gods of War or God mode. That's what I meant to say previous. I'm trying to follow my Twitter with game releases and playthroughs that people are doing. I mean, I don't consider this to be an up-to-date playthrough. I consider it to be a nostalgic playthrough from someone who played it back in the early days. And where we're moving into now, the first episode, the original episodes, the way I've broken them up into episodes by level, have been completed. We have gone through everything from, don't mind that paper in the background. We've gone from the hangar to Phobos Anomaly, which was what we played back in the good old days. From, the basic level to Nightmare, we beat it. And, I did it on Ultraviolence. I just was having fun with it, just experiencing the world again. Now we step into the Shores of Hell, and I didn't really get a chance to play it with that nostalgic factor. Certainly the Inverted Cross, I knew very well. I didn't know where it was at in the level. I've already uploaded that video, so it's up there, but I didn't get to experience that when I was 10, 11, 12, something like that, years old. So there's still a certain nostalgia, but it's a little bit separated from what Knee Deep in the Dead was. Anyway, this has gone on much longer than I anticipated. I kind of wanted to give a little bit more of a perspective of what I'm doing. This is coming out a little bit later, this vlog thingy-mabobber, because I did do one not too long ago, just a couple days ago when I had free time. Maybe that's how these things are going to come, just as I have free time. So we're, I guess for an update for the channel, as it were, we're going to start playing through The Shores of Hell, the second episode of Doom. And I'm using Ultimate Doom, but that doesn't matter. It's all the same thing. I played through Demois Anomaly, and it's Demois because I'm a Latin geek like that. It's not Deimos, it's Demois, or Deimos Anomaly. I am so very tired. It's late. I want to go to bed, but I figured I might as well send this up. Deimos Anomaly is uploaded and is waiting for you to view and give criticism of. I think, did I play through Containment Area? I don't think I got through Containment Area. I think I started it and I didn't have Fraps running. Anyway, the plan will be to play through The Shores of Hell and upload videos from that, and then what's the next episode? Inferno. We'll play through that. There might be some random Doom 2 episodes cropping up. I don't want to guarantee it because I don't know where I'm necessarily going to be in my gaming thought. But eventually, probably before I move on to anything else, the Doom franchise will be done, as it were. Probably the original Doom with Shores of Hell and Inferno, and maybe I'll play through all of Doom 2. Doom 3 is probably going to be on there. I just don't know what kind of time frame it's going to be. The Doom 2 videos just got uploaded because I was drunk at that time and felt like uploading them, so I don't know how it's going to work out, but there will be many more videos coming centered around Doom, strictly for nostalgia factor. There will be maybe some random other things as well, but I appreciate your paying attention, your views. If you've stumbled onto this, thank you very much. Namaste, as it were. Let me know what you think. I'm always up for constructive criticism, because I am very new to all this, and I don't claim to be any sort of YouTube god. I'm learning as I go. So if any of you have constructive criticism, I welcome it. You can find me at Blodbas on Twitter, or send me a message over the channel and let me know what you think. Have a good night. Have a good week. I am going to continue with my reading and upload this video, so thank you very much. Have a good one. Let me know what you think. We'll talk with you later.